is up, everyone? Hello, welcome back for more amazingly awesome, mediocre gameplay of Metal Gear Solid 5. I have returned. So, yeah, we're out to do some fun stuff tonight. We are off to kill Skullface. So it means I need to do this big, long, kind of sneaking mission. It's not too long. Just the area to get back to him is a little bit tricky. But it's definitely doable, especially if you do it at night. You have a better option. But that's going to be the goal for today. Run in and kill Skullface. So let's get started up. Let's get it going. I was playing this on my couch earlier. I was laying down on the couch, had it up on the computer screen. And it was just grinding out more things offline. Just basically missions that don't progress the storyline at all. And also developing weapons. So now I finally have a non-lethal rifle. Like not a sniper rifle, but just a straight off rifle to use. It shoots rubber bullets, like an assault rifle. That's also silenced. So unfortunately it only has like a level 1 silencer on it at this point, but that's still better than nothing. So I will definitely take it with me into the field. So I don't have to work. So now it's even easier to make sure that I don't kill possible recruits. So I had to shift around quite a lot of people in order to do that, and the combat team, because I have like I have about 5 or 6 S+ soldiers. So I took them and threw them onto the support or the R&D team I needed to bump up to get the level I needed, which definitely helped out. So I had them there, sat them in place for about an hour, and just started developing things one after the other. Lots of deployments for the characters to get more money coming into Mother Base, so it was definitely kind of worth it to get it going. So not gonna be jumping right into the main mission right away. There is actually a fight with Eli that I want to go do. So actually I need to readjust the audio for this. Right around here is where I think I had it before I turned it up for the music. So of course let me know if any type of adjustments need to be made once again. I always ask that every single stream. So one of the things that was kind of interesting, didn't know this could happen, is I lost my Pashto translator for Afghanistan to the plague. Apparently the person died, so I had to go get another translator. And same thing for my anesthesia specialist. They also died during the... Which is kind of weird because it's the same character you rescue in Mission 10. So the character died, and I went and I guess I got his clone? So yeah, it's kind of weird to redo Mission 10 briefly to go grab the guy and get him out of Dodge, and now I have him back there to develop stronger anesthetics. So, let's see. Side ops. Eli's challenge. Eli's challenged me to a fight for supremacy, so I'm going to entertain some 12-year-old little brat. Kick his butt.
Please select a landing zone. Heading to Mother Base.
Interesting. Didn't even give me a loadout. I might abandon this, start up a mission, and back out. Let's see. It's okay, so give him a non-lethal rifle, so that's good. Because you can shoot him with rubber bullets. It's not a problem. You just can't use a real gun. So what I'm going to do, in this game there's a way to exploit things. If it's trapping you into a mission like this where you can't choose your loadout, pick a different mission like you're going to start it up, pick all the things you want, then cancel. Like, you know, so you're on the loading screen, you get all the weapons in place you want, but instead of confirm to do the mission, cancel back out to the helicopter. you have everything loaded up that you want to do. Because I want to have stun grenades, and if I developed a non-lethal shotgun, that'd be good too. But I'm not sure if this game's going to trap me into the loading sequence or not. We'll see if it puts me in a helicopter. It should have, but it doesn't look like it's going to do it. It looks like it may have trapped me into the sequence of landing on the deck to fight Eli, which sucks. Yep, that's exactly what it did. So it trapped me into this loading sequence. There's no way out of it at this point. Not the worst, but it's doable. Pardon me. The worst he does is he tries to ambush you, and if you land a couple of hits, he'll throw a stun grenade and run off. But he doesn't leave the platform, he stays on the platform itself, and usually he'll just, like if you stand still, he'll usually try to get you. He'll try to sneak up and do an attack, but you can counter him. I wonder if I can snipe his feet. Yep. There we go. I win. Real hard. It's just more of a nuisance. From what I've heard, getting shot with rubber bullets is extremely painful, and people have actually died from impacts before. It's not entirely non-lethal. People have had ribs broken, huge welts. I mean, I've been shot with a paintball gun, but it's like about a couple times more impactful than that. which, if you've been hit with paintball, you don't want to get hit with anything else. Not the most fun in life. It's weird, it's like the audio cut out.
Finally accepted that he lost.
No.
Hopefully now will be a bit more.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Maybe he'll stop trying to kill everybody and we'll stop letting this slide.
Please select a mission.
I mean, not likely, but you know how these things go, boss. Pardon me, my goodness. Ooh.
Unit dispatched. Unit dispatched.
Alright, so now let us go and partake of the murder of Skullface. Maybe, we'll see. I also have several upgrades for the helicopter, so faster engines. I think it's one out from the fastest. Which definitely makes things a lot better in the game, trying to get out of hot spots. I also have full armor now too, so it can take a lot of abuse. In fact, let's do a mission real fast. I think, yes, this is going to be great. I don't know if it's going to work right or not, but we'll take a look and see if it does. There's one mission in the game where it basically you have to go destroy communications installations at an outpost. And if you've done it already before you accept the mission ends before you even get off the helicopter. You're flying in, and all of a sudden, like, they're like, "Hey, wait a minute, everything's destroyed. Mission complete." And the mission's done in like 20 seconds. So I did blow up some stuff while I was raiding and doing side ops. Pardon me, at that particular location. So it might work, but that was a couple hours ago in game because I was letting it sit. The game will actually pause and disconnect you out of it if you let the controller sit and disconnect. So a way out of that is to take a rubber band loosely around the right analog stick, which moves the camera, and put it against the right analog, like the right leg for the controller that comes off, like below the buttons. So the camera's constantly spinning. It's not really spinning too fast, but it's constantly moving, so that way the game doesn't time you out, and you still will have people go on missions, things will still develop for you. It's not going to pause and let you be. Okay, so mission list, which one was it?
Mission accepted. Heading to Afghanistan.
I think this was the mission. Ooh, that developed? Is that a 5? Yeah, let me back out of the missions real quick. Because I had a better sniper rifle. This is a bolt-action sniper rifle I have, but this is a far more potent and powerful impact to the rounds, so it's worth it for right now. There is one you can get that is semi-automatic, so you can fire a lot faster, but the impact is a lot less. So the stronger the impact you have, the faster the rounds will take in. So basically, with the bolt action here, the one I'm going to switch over to and upgrade real quick, it can take like 1 round to drop somebody versus 2 or 3 fired from the semi-auto. So you have to really determine, like, do you want to have the slowness of the bolt action, or do you have something fast? It's basically like this one, but semi-auto with a... It's this one with tranquilizer rounds. I apologize, unfortunately. I'm not feeling too great today. My dad's sick, and I'm starting to get it myself. So my mental processes are starting to break down a little bit more than usual. That, and I'm also on painkillers too, which doesn't really help for conversations, but I do my best. And I appreciate anybody who's watching or lurking. You guys are always awesome. Guys, gals, you know what I mean. You're all great. Let's see, color. Yes. So let's switch that out. Let's see. It's a 2-step, 2 and 5, 2 to 8. But it's a rangefinder, which does help me. I think I have the Burkov too. The Burkov is another weapon that I really wanted to get. Yes, I do have the Burkov. Sweet. Alright. This is another tranquilized gun. It's a non-lethal version of it. And it fires much faster. It's, once again, the impact I don't think is as good. This is impact force is very low versus the Wu. Let's see, impact. Actually, it's about the same, so that's fine. So this one doesn't feel as accurate though versus the Wu, but you can fire this so much faster. This is, once again, semi-auto. So every single time you pull the trigger button to shoot, a round's coming out. Yeah, so I am glad I got these weapons, which makes life a little bit easier for me.
Please.
Okay, so let's head back and do that mission. Let's see, where was it? Should have paid attention to which one it was. Communications, yeah, this is the one. So I have a fully decked out helicopter now for power for like armor, so it won't be a real problem. So you can take a lot of abuse now. Yeah, so the firing speed for this goes way up. The range drops, however, that's the big thing. So it's harder to hit people at a distance. It's not as accurate, but you trade it off for being able to just pepper people real fast. So if you get up in somebody's face, you can just like hit it. You can drop like 4 rounds in their chest. Pardon me. And the time span takes to do about 1 with the Wu pistol. So it's actually a viable strategy at sometimes. Instead of just trying to carefully headshot them, just run up and start shooting them as fast as you can. Stealth camo we do not need. Actually, I will be needing that, but not right now. Commence mission. Doesn't matter. Yeah, so if I'm hoping everything has stayed destroyed from when I went through a little bit earlier today and took out all their communications. I did a side op to get somebody out like it was a valuable prisoner. And there was lots of different resources and things of that nature, so I just went through and looted everything like crazy, and I took out the anti-air radar, took out the communication satellite. So if they're still blown up, this mission's going to be over real super fast. Let's see what happens.
Disable the Soviets' reinforcement system by putting a hole in their base-to-base comms network. Head for the Eastern Communications Post and destroy its comms equipment. First, use the binoculars to locate the communications equipment at the facility.
Okay, I guess they may have respawned back because it's been a while. But you can do this mission without leaving the helicopter.
Good. That's the first one. Destroy the remaining. Nice. That's the second one. It wasn't the last one, though. Keep going. Inbound the hostile. First, use the binoculars to locate the communications equipment at the facility.
There we go. Objective completed. So one thing you can do is like change positions, that way you're not in the front line for it. So if you kind of turn your back from where they're all shooting, it's fine, but my chopper's taking a lot of damage. You can't do this strategy if you do not have full armor on your chopper.
Departing. Amazing. Mission complete. That right?
C2W, okay. So let's do that again just for fun, just to show you what it's like. Now, I'm not sure, I don't think I've ever done the missions back to back like this, but I have been on the ground, like I said, and take out the communication satellites normally, and then do the mission, and it just ends real fast. But I'm not sure if I just did it mission-wise, if it's going to stay destroyed, or if it's going to repopulate. So let's give it a shot real quick, and then we'll finally jump to the main event. Let's get the challenge task list first.
Please select a mission. Mission accepted. Deploying.
I am all sorts of screwed up looking. Alright, here we go.
Boss, you need to disable the Soviets' reinforcement system by putting a hole in their base-to-base comms network. Head for the Eastern Communications Post and destroy its comms equipment. First, use the binoculars to locate the communications equipment at the facility.
Okay, so I guess when you do it like this, that... yeah, it doesn't save it.
That's the first one. Destroy the remaining antennas. Approaching enemy outpost. Nice. That's the second one. That wasn't the last of them, though. Keep going. Good work.
Okay, so that's something to learn at least. That if you do it mission-wise, the objectives keep spawning, but if you do it on the ground ahead of time, it will just end in 20 seconds, which I was really, really wanting to show off because it's just fun to see. It's crazy. Okay. Head back to Mother Base, take a shower, and then we'll get going. I know I keep saying that, and I'm sorry if you're lurking and watching me going, when the hell is he going to get to it? Just about now. Pardon me. I'm a killer whale. Cause we're going to SeaWorld.
Kingo, do you want to come in? Come on in, Kitty. Sorry, didn't pay attention. Yeah. Hello.
Cat decided she wanted to come in.
Come here. What was that? You okay? Yeah, you're a good cat. You can go lay down, take a nap. Take your evening nap. Baby? Okay, I'll put you down. There you go. Good girl.
All right. So I just need to land back at Mother Base, get saluted by at least 4 or 5 people, and then head out on the mission.
Select a landing zone. Heading to Mother Base.
So this mission turns out to be another multi-part. Like, basically, some missions do that because Kojima wanted to be like a television show, which is why he literally has credits before, at the start of the mission, and after. Dumb, I wouldn't have done that, but I'm not Kojima. But the thing is, though, is that like this will happen. Like you'll see Skullface, and it'll be to be continued, and that's the end of that mission. And then the next mission starts, and it picks up right where you were before. And it happens about like 3 or 4 times, like right in a row, instead of just having one big long mission, which was really confusing because I got here, I was thinking, okay, I've hit the end of the game, but it's not. You're not done. Because you kill Skullface, and you're thinking, okay, that's the main bad guy of the game, game's over. Nope. Okay, so I need to get up there. There's a diamond up there, I see.
Welcome home, boss.
By the way, the disease is going to come back. Quiet's going to be tortured again for no reason. It's going to be the exact same scene, but slightly different. I mean, this game gets so bizarre because they repeat missions again without explanation of how to proceed further in the game to quote-unquote beat it.
Let's develop something.
So you see, like, people get tortured again the exact same way with just, like, minor differences is all. It's weird. It's the only way I can describe it. It's the only adjective I have available to me. Oh no, it's a blueprint. Something or an emblem, probably. Now, before I blew up my back, I used to be able to do a running dive like that. I would never do it off something like that, like a good 7-foot drop. That'd be way too dangerous.
Roger. This is Pequod. Arriving shortly at LZ. This is Pequod. On station at LZ. Gaining altitude.
So it's very slow firing. Oh, it is a 3-step. Weird is that some of the rifle scopes will say 2-8, so that usually indicates a 2-step. Like, say, it'd be 2, then 8 times magnification. But then you also have some scopes that will say 3, like, adjustments. So it'll be 2-8, it'll say 3-way adjustment, so you get the 2, 4, 8. This one was just a 2-8, and you have a 3-step. Go figure.
Please select a mission. Please select a mission.
Riot suits. What are these? Night vision. Yeah, night vision might be good to get rid of too. Directional mines are always on the must get rid of. Any other thing is fine, but
Unit dispatched.
mines have to go. I do not stand them whatsoever. Everything else I can live with, like surveillance cameras, things of that nature, but it's like mines are just so pesky. They're hard to spot until you're right on top of them, and even if you crawl to them at an angle and still try to defuse them, they can still go off. They're very, very twitchy.
Unit dispatched.
Shotguns, machine guns, body armor, shields, riot suits. Ugh.
Unit dispatched.
Okay, that's good enough. Here we go.
Select a mission.
Thanks to Code Talker, we've managed to put a stop to any new vocal cord parasite infections.
Pardon me.
Couldn't save those already symptomatic. But everyone who survived has been released from the quarantine platform. Skullface will pay for this. Boss, Emmerich confessed. Skullface's endgame is to activate the bipedal walking tank Sahelanthropus and deploy it into live combat in Afghanistan. That's why he moved into the Soviet research facility they call OKB-0. If his plan comes to fruition, there'll be no stopping the ripple effect worldwide. Find a way to make contact with Skullface before that happens. Then learn what you can from him and put a stop to his plan. We'll have our fun with him later. This is it, boss. Diamond Dogs is strong enough now to face him head to head. It won't be like 9 years ago. Make your way to OKB-0.
So what's kind of cool about OKB-0 is that this is actually like 3 stages. You got like a beginning opening gate, run up to it. There's 2 inside parts. In the back where that circle is, that's like a helipad you gotta climb up, which is pretty neat. So there tends to be a lot of materials in here as well, but also a lot of guards. There's also a lot of neat ways to sneak in. So it gives you a lot of different options to approach it. Alright, so for this, let's see, Buddy, Quiet. Yeah, Quiet has an upgraded sniper rifle now, so this is more accurate and does more damage. Same thing for her tranquilized rounds too, so which is awesome. I also have a couple different uniforms. Got Blood. Got Silver. And if anybody's a Goldfinger fan, myself, I love Goldfinger. I think it's one of the best movies for the original Bond franchise. And then the next one, I think it unlocks when the game is done, is her XOF uniform. But unfortunately, her hair is still in a ponytail. Like, you can't get it how it looks like her hair down at the start of the game, which I think people have modded it to be that way, but you can't get it in the game. Let's see, items, let's do stealth camo, and we'll also do night vision.
Deploying.
So there's a lot of materials here. There's a lot of shipping containers that you can steal. There's also like 3 anti-aircraft guns, which do not spawn too often in this game in only certain locations, which dramatically raise up your defense of Mother Base, like your overall durability rating for like the mock battles that go on that you can sign up for. So they're very useful to have. So usually if you find them, it's like 1 or 2, but this place has 3 of them in a row.
The research facility Emmerich was talking about is north of the Soviet base. That's where Skullface is keeping Sahelanthropus before setting it loose in Afghanistan. There's a good chance he's got nukes too. Boss, we need to figure out what Skullface is up to. If you make contact with him,
I don't know why we brought those 2 idiots.
The ethnic cleansing parasites, Sahelanthropus. Find out what his plans are.
Also, there's no way in hell that any chopper going in for a mission would have its lights on, ever. You would not have any red or blue lights, nothing flashing for collision, nothing. You go completely blackout.
Skullface's plans are on the verge of fruition. We need to stop him while we still can.
Which is why I'm surprised they actually have it, because I mean, Kojima hires military advisors. So you think that like he would have at least gotten that part right for it, but guess he decided not to. All right, here we go. I had to make an adjustment real quick.
Has been updated.
Be careful down there, boss.
Please select a drop point. Supplies requested.
Soviet soldiers in that area are all dead. Apparently XOF
Supply
unleashed the
drop
Russian
complete.
parasite strain.
See,
Isolate the
usually
facility
there's not
and
people here, but if you run closer, they magically spawn in, so we'll see if that
infection will
happens.
spread into the surrounding regions. Still,
It's like right around here, all of a sudden soldiers will pop in.
with them all this time. Skullface must be making his final play.
No, I guess they're actually all gone. Okay, cool. Normally when you come back here for like any type of side ops or free roam, like I said, they'll just magically pop in about 50 meters away. I don't know why that is. Because like you'll get like right around here and all of a sudden a guy will pop up right behind that machine gun on patrol. There's 2 more precious metals right back here. And there's 2 cargo containers at this direction, and also there should be a jeep and another machine gun. Like I said, this place is just loaded for cargo containers and good stuff to steal. Time is flying by on the stream. I've been streaming for 43 minutes already. Ooh. Okay, normally there's a jeep here, but I guess the game's not putting it in at this point, but when you come back in free roam or side ops, it will be.
Extraction failed.
Oh, it's underneath the overhang. Okay. Yeah.
Eli snuck into the cargo on board the chopper. His idea of an escape.
What do you mean snuck in? You saw him in the... Oh, God.
We'll think of how to deal with him later.
So this game is not finished.
Do you read me? I know more than anyone about OKB-0 and Sahelanthropus. Boss, I've made up my mind. I want to be of use to you, not him. Let me work to pay for what I've done. I'll prove it.
He's just continually lied to us non-stop. I don't see why I'd suddenly trust him.
Boss, I'll be focused on coordinating backup here at Mother Base. The chain of command is still in place. If you have orders, give them through Miller as usual. Skullface is in OKB-0. Start by making contact with him. The facility itself is under the control of XOF, Cyprus Strike Force. We have no hard data on their force strength, so your judgment in the field will be key. Boss,
You have arrived
we're
at your
finally here.
destination.
Find Skullface and take everything from him.
Extraction
It's usually...
arrived
Ooh,
at
a
Mother
walker
Base.
gear.
Buddy has infiltrated and the map has been updated.
XOF has occupied the facility.
Usually 2 wolves up around this area too, so...
Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
I guess no wolves for right now for the mission. Okay, somebody landed on a landmine. Oops, not even close. So these are more potent and powerful. They should be dropping down pretty soon. And there should be another guy up here somewhere. I'll steal you.
You gotta extract him.
Hands up. Don't shoot. Talk. Where are your friends?
The map has been updated.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Analysis complete.
Hands up. I don't want to die. Speak. Where are your friends?
The map has been updated.
Yeah, that guy's stunned. I better get him.
I don't want to die. Spit it out. Where are your
You gotta extract him.
The map has been updated.
Somebody help me!
He's coming too. Roger that.
Please select a drop point. Supplies requested.
So I don't want to blow the
Supply
power
drop
just yet.
complete.
You can use it as like a distraction as well, a diversion, if you will. Because everyone will run to check out the explosion over here. So if they're kind of getting too close, or if you need someone to like flush out to a certain point, they'll go.
Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
That guy should be dropping.
Clouds approaching.
This guy is like the most drug-resistant person I've encountered yet.
CP, this is Delta 9. Threat detected. Going on alert. Over. CP, understood. Don't let your guard down.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Once again, perfectly normal. Handle mind. Come on. Come on. Game is eating inputs all of a sudden.
The map has been updated.
All fire teams, this is CP. Our satellites have gone out. Looks like a problem with the power supply. Whoever's closest,
Please
go check on
select
the
a
power
strike
system.
point.
Holy
Strike
crap, everyone is there.
CP, this is Zulu 7. We got damage to an installation. Over the attack.
This is CP. Understood. Move to investigate. ASAP. Out.
Strike will commence shortly.
Come on, game. That's what I hate about this. The PS4 version takes forever to load.
CP, this is Delta 9. Under attack. No sign of the enemy. Over.
This is CP. Understood. Stay alert and smoke out the enemy. Out.
Please select a strike point.
Quiet, where are you going?
Strike requested. Strike, caution. Sandstorm approaching.
CP. Understood. Tighten security and find the intruder. Out.
CP, this is Delta 9. Under attack. No sign of the enemy. Over.
This is CP. Understood. Stay alert and smoke out the enemy. Out.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
All right, you're through the second gate. Only one gate left. From here on in, you're in the enemy's headquarters. Something's wrong. But it has to be here. CP, this is Delta 3. Search complete. No sign of hostiles. Over.
This is CP. Understood. Stay on the alert. Out.
Clouds approaching.
Probably gonna get lost to it, but that's okay. Can't remember if there's anything special out here or not, like on these beams. I think there was at one point.
They stopped coming after you. Boss, it might be a trap.
Whoa, snake.
CP, this is Delta 6. We may have an intruder. Going on alert. Over.
This is CP. Understood. Keep your eyes open. Out.
Yeah, I could have sworn there was something special on one of these. Maybe it's later in the game, like a side mop or something, side mission.
His ride has arrived. Don't let Skullface get away. Stop him at the heliport.
The map has been updated.
Boss, can you see the heliport? Skullface is right there. Make contact with him and make him talk. We have to stop him before his plan is set in motion.
And there we go. Of course, you could just pull the trigger there and end it all, but no.
You too have known loss, and that loss torments you still. You hope hatred might someday replace the pain, but it never goes away. It makes a man hideous, inside and out. Wouldn't you agree? We both are demons. Our humanity won't return. You, me, we've no place to run, nowhere to hide.
Pretty sure that's a song
That's
lyric.
why I'll show you my demon.
Hey, keep this family friendly, sir.
Follow me, big boss.
Just go along with him for now. We're ready to fight if it comes to that. That's our leverage against him, our deterrent. He doesn't want a war on his hands.
Whatever the Navajo told you, it's just one possible solution derived by Cypher.
By the way, when I stop walking, the game is making me stop.
I've known you since your time at Langley. I've long been the other side of your coin. 1964, Soviet territory.
Where these all these guys come from?
Fox's first mission.
For me.
Any mess you made, I was there to clean up. You completed your task, and admirably. The information you returned was far more than enough to fill our pockets. With it, our futures became, more or less, set in stone. Then the Major came to me with an idea. Washington doesn't know how to spend money, he said. I'd like to redirect it. His goal was an organization dedicated solely, covertly, to supporting America. Cypher. You know the rest. To him, it was mourning the loss of his friend. Or rather, an act of revenge on the world, but America most of all. America is a country of liberty, a meeting of immigrants. Instead of simply assimilating, its citizens live alongside others. Their roots are very diverse. America's never been made up of just one people. But he tried to forge a single consciousness for it and from it. The idea that every citizen would use free will to unite behind their country. Unilateralism like that can't be entrusted to any one individual. So the Major sought a system that used information, words, to control the subconscious.
So now we get to go on a long car ride, and you'll basically hear this, like, Words That Kill song that plays. It's been in all the trailers for the game. It's the weirdest, most awkward car ride, because you basically go all the way across the map. I mean, you start here, and we end up down here at the power plant, way back at this
To unite
location, actually.
America and the entire world.
So we gotta go all the way
Major thought
over and
this was
around.
his friend.
Takes a while.
But I think he never understood what she wanted. Before he ever walked or cried, even before he was born, his mother tongue was English. He doesn't know the pain of losing his own language. Not yet. He cannot understand her will. I do. I was born in a small village.
Dude, personal space.
I was still a child when we were raided by soldiers. Foreign soldiers. Torn from my elders, I was made to speak their language. With each new post, my masters changed, along with the words they made me speak. Words are peculiar. With each change, I changed too. My thoughts, personality, how I saw right and wrong. War changed me, and not only my visage. Words can kill. I was invaded by words, burrowing and breeding inside me. A philosopher once said, "It is no nation we inhabit, but a language." Make no mistake, our native tongue is our true fatherland. My fatherland, my truth was stolen from me. And so was my past. All that's left is the future. And mine is revenge. On those who leech off the words of their fellow man. This is what I learned from the Major. And then it hit me. It was he who should feel my wrath. He and the code he chose as basis for control. Language codes, information codes, beamed all around us, genetic codes spanning history. By controlling the codes, Cypher Zero intends to unify. Codes implanted into our heads, sucking our minds dry as it spreads from one host to the next. A parasite upon this earth, that is what Zero is. As one born into this world, he's afflicted. I hold him responsible for killing my freedom. Killing all traces of my past. Killing any promise of a future. We are all but dead men forced to walk upon this earth. A world reduced to zero. Cypher plans to use its codes to control the world. They think they can. And the mother tongue of all those codes is English. The word became flesh. The final parasite. It knows English. An English strain of the vocal parasite. I will exterminate the English language. With this, I'll rid the world of infestation. All men will breathe free again, reclaim their past, present, and future. This is no ethnic cleanser. It is a liberator. To free the world from Zero.
The camera goes crazy here,
Let
so
the
I'm trying to
world
readjust.
Sans lingua franca, the world will be torn asunder. And then it shall be free. People will suffer, of course. A phantom pain. The world will need a new common tongue. A language of nukes. My metal ears shall be the thread by which all countries are bound together. In equality. No words will be needed. every man will be forced to recognize his neighbor. People will swallow their pain. They will link lost hands. The world will become one. This war is peace.
And crappy song. Okay, so to turn down the game volume lower. So here's the big hole in Skullface's plan, is that he wants to wipe English off the world map. So basically nobody can speak it. If you speak English, it's going to activate the parasites and it will kill you and cause a plague. The problem is that English is made of other languages. It really is a mutt language. It borrows from every language on the planet just about. So Spanish speakers have English, or actually we have their words in our language, in English language. German, French, Italian, Russian, it's all in there. So you'd have to know what words are not in that language subset in order to work. Because you could be speaking Spanish and say no, which is the same as no in English, and that could kill you. So yeah, that's kind of a faulty plan. I mean, it's dumb to begin with, but I mean, it's like super stupid. So I'm snacking on a cookie real fast. Yeah, as somebody who's studied languages and speaks a couple of them, it does not make sense as an evil plan. It's very, very flawed.
When the world witnesses Sahelanthropus, the hands of the doomsday clock will roll on, regardless of zero. Sahelanthropus will take the first giant step into a brave new world. It is the bell with which a world trodden upon by words declares its independence. We are here. Remember the Alamo.
Probably should have taken your guns, but kind of incompetent as a villain. So to the non-Americans who may be watching,
Get us a line of fire. Roger that.
remember the Alamo was a rally cry back when Texas was not a state, it belonged to Mexico.
We're not the only demons in this world. Like you, vengeance is all he has. It's man's thirst for revenge that drives the times. Just as you live because of me, he lives because of you. Show him!
By the way, Skullface has like one of the worst line readings I've ever heard coming up. It's almost on par of like bad video game pantheons. I think he says something like a lust for revenge or something like that. Such a lust for revenge!
Who is doing this? Such a lust for revenge? Who?
That right there, that's terrible. That was pretty corny.
Fall back! Fall back!
But nobody's driving it. And once again, why do you program a robot to have Godzilla scream? I know it's a Japanese game and all, but... Riot suits failed. Oh, come on. Oh, cool. The Walker Gears survived the extraction. That's awesome. Or at least one of them did. A lot of people showed up. Alright, so let's see. Hopefully things are going well. And like I said, once again, I always say this multiple times per stream, especially if people are lurking, which is perfectly fine. Lurkers are always welcome on my stream. But if there's any type of audio problems, like if the game is too loud or if I'm not loud enough or whatever, let me know. I'll be happy to adjust it for you, and then you can go back to lurking. It's no problem.
Mission list updated.
Alright, so now I actually have to fight this stupid thing. I have to fight the Metal Gear. Which is not surprising, I mean, you do it every game. I don't even see why, you really see as a threat at this point. If you're Big Boss or Snake, so I mean, you take him down all the time. Let's make sure I just don't have any troublemakers that showed up. Let's see, diplomats, boasters, a couple of them. Okay, so unsanitary, makes unit staff really sick. This one gives people PTSD. You're fired.
Select unit. Staff dismissed. Staff assigned.
For me. Okay, base facilities. How much money do I have? I have $1.5 million. Okay. Let's build another command platform that gives everybody, more people across the board. About 5 each. Not the best, but it's a big chunk.
Weather will clear shortly.
The more FOVs you have, forward operating bases you have, the more expensive they become. Like this one's less for the metals you need, but you're paying almost $1 million per platform, per deck. So what do I need for this? Intel, common metal. Okay, so I'll hold off on it for now. also have a fully developed mother base.
Please select a mission.
Sahelanthropus is on the move. The instruments on the support chopper are all malfunctioning. And Eli's acting strangely for some reason. Something's not right.
He's been trying to murder everybody. What do you
Now
mean
just get away from that
suddenly?
thing. Hurry!
This game is such a narrative cluster screw, trying to clean up the language slightly. I mean, it's such a mess. It's fun to play, but when you stop and look at the story and things, it just really, really falls apart. Okay, so for this one, I'm not going to have Quiet with me because she's just going to get hurt. Equipment, we're going to go completely, fully lethal. I might have an updated version of this. Let me go back and check my weapons real fast. Nope, 4 is the max, okay. So all I can do with this is put on a laser sight. I don't know why you need a laser sight for a rocket launcher. And a flashlight, which is dumb. So I don't really know why they even give you the option to even customize these. You should be able to do any color, but that's the only 2 options you ever get to do for a rocket launcher.
Please select a mission.
Sorry, I keep forgetting that I had all these new weapons developed. I was thinking like, oh yeah, that'd be good to have right now, and I do have it, but I just need to see if there's anything I can do to make it better. If it's even possible. Let's see. Yes, okay, so... No, I can just change the color, that's it. Whee! Alright, 3rd time's the charm, maybe.
Please select a mission.
Flare supply would be good. Items we do not need. Stealth camo. Yeah, that's not needed. Don't need to artificially induce reflex. Let's put on some heavy armor. Oh yeah, I also have the parasite suit now too. Looks all funky and cool. So what you can do with this is you can add parasites, which doesn't seem like something you'd normally want to do. Yeah, give me parasites. I like a couple worms. What they do, I think this is the one, maybe not? Nope. I don't think I have anything developed for it yet, actually, to be honest. But, pardon me, depending on which skull units you extract out, you can either get like super armor, or you can get speed, or even invisibility, which is kind of cool. But for now, I'm going to go and we're going to put on battle dress. I don't think I have any bandanas, not yet. Let's do this in the daylight. It's a lot easier to see.
Deploying.
And if anybody's lurking and watching, hoping you're having a good time. I'm having fun playing it. As much as I complain about this game, I do enjoy it. If I didn't like it, I wouldn't be playing this. Even though I made the commitment to go through Metal Gear Solid 1 through 5, and we're making that journey.
Got a spike on the RWR. Strange PRF. What's wrong? Control lost. Can't maintain RPM. We're settling.
Recovered control. Ascending. Hey, Snake. There's something wrong with Eli.
Kinda busy, don't care. Demon trying to eat me. Oh, you get to hear, you've already seen this just literally minutes before, and it makes you watch it again. You get to hear that awesome line again, too. Lust for revenge. Why?
Wait! Who is doing this? Such a lust for revenge?
Ooh. Oh, like, boss just stops and looks at it. He's like, oh yeah, cool, ha, you're stuck. It's like, keep running, don't stop. It's like they had to get it back there somehow. You know it's not a problem. And ever since Zone of the Enders, Kojima has always had a gun for a... let's just say guns for genitals, if you look at it there. It's got a Gatling gun for the groinal region. In Zone of the Enders, it was literally a cockpit, if you catch my drift.
All units, move in!
Hey, Shiro. Yes. Open to surpass Metal Gear. Yet another Metal Gear. Metal Gear Smash! Yeah, pretty much. So once again, they programmed this thing to have Godzilla sounds, so... What'd you miss? Not really a whole lot. Beat up Eli again. And snuck into the base to confront Skullface. We had this long, boring drive where he basically says he's gonna wipe English off the planet, which is stupid because English is made from other languages. So you could be speaking French and still use an English word and trigger it. And now Metal Gear is being controlled by Psycho Mantis, or the kid. Pardon me, the flying kid with the gas mask. So we're trying to kill him and the Metal Gear.
Cypher will rewrite the records, and I will vanish from human memory. But the thirst for revenge that I have planted will infest.
Yep, it's pretty
the
quick and
system.
easy. It's
No
convoluted,
one can
but
stop it
like,
now.
who's he talking to? There's no one there around him. He's just rambling to himself, much like I do on stream sometimes.
Unto the future. Major, I'm burning up.
He has like the corniest lines in these two parts. The first one, lust for revenge. Ooh, literally delivered like that, and then this line right now, burning up. Like, why do you keep looking? Just put the foot down, go.
If the world finds out about Sahelanthropus, Skullface will have won. His plans will become reality. He won't even need to use nukes. That thing's mere existence would be enough to enslave humanity to the fear of nuclear Armageddon. It would tear the world apart. Boss!
That was the first time I died. See, I'm fine. You can buff that out, I'm sure. We'll resell it. Lightly used car. Brakes may need replacing, might need a wax job.
It's after you. You need to stop it, boss. Destroy Sahelanthropus.
Yeah, so crashed Jeep, bailed out going 60 miles an hour or so, perfectly fine.
Stop Sahelanthropus.
Don't tell me what to do.
That thing. I'll rally Diamond Dogs and provide backup.
trying to remember what his weak spot is. He's got one. Oh, yeah, that's right. The rib cage.
Support helicopter requested. Supplies requested.
What happened? Why are you not reloading? That's right, I forgot about this map. This part's really annoying because the game tends to eat a lot of inputs for whatever reason. Okay, I thought that was a supply. Damn it, game. Knock it off. This is why I hate using the touchpad on the PlayStation 4 as buttons, because I'm hitting the right side, but it's reading that I'm hitting the left. And once again, the same thing. So, need to abort. I got the wrong one. Instead of doing supply drop, it was helicopter support, which means the helicopter's going to get its butt shot down. Not what I needed. I needed to drop me missiles to resupply. So I need to redo it. We'll skip the cutscenes and jump back into it. But I need the right equipment. Let's make sure everybody's out on deployment still.
Please select a mission.
A couple different things. Let's see. Shields, body armor, machine guns, shotguns, decoys, helmets. Okay.
Unit dispatched. Unit dispatched. Unit dispatched.
Shotguns are a real pain. Shotguns will... I'd rather go up against machine guns versus shotguns, because if you get hit by a shotgun, you get knocked to the ground, you're very slow to get up. Usually they can get another shot off on you. And sometimes kill you straight off, so...
Unit dispatched.
Alright, so let's do this again.
Please select a mission.
This time with the correct option. We're going to... Let's see, that's good. Yeah, it was flare supply. Pardon me, I don't get it. It was right, but it started attacking instead. Ammunition or suppressors, yeah. Whenever he says coming in hot, that means he's attacking the target, which is not what you want to have, because that is an option. That is flare grenade, which calls in support to basically to start attacking whoever's in the area. So maybe the game glitched? I'm not sure.
Deploying.
It's kind of weird. But I mean, the PlayStation 4 version is far, far more glitchier than the PC, as I've been known to say multiple times. So it always sounds like I complain about the game, but like I said, if I didn't like it, I would not be playing it, so... I like it, but I am critical of it. There are flaws to the game.
Stop Sahelanthropus. Destroy that thing. I'll rally Diamond Dogs and provide backup.
Supplies requested.
Trying to lure him away from the drop zone. Once again, Godzilla is programmed into a machine.
Supplies requested.
Quite a lot, upper left-hand corner. I mean, it's a big giant bipedal tank.
Supply drop complete.
I mean, it's bound to have a lot. Okay, let's sort this way. I say I am surrounded. I'm gonna take a hit on that. That red mist will destroy any type of vehicle in the area. So you can actually summon in a tank, which is kind of fun. You can drop in a tank, get into it, and get off a shot or two. But it's just going to instantly do that red mist attack, which will rust everything and kill it. So it's a waste of money. But for some reason, your guns and everything are perfectly fine, which is good, because I'm not going to complain about that, because I need to be able to shoot this thing dead.
Supplies requested. Supply drop complete. Support helicopter.
Not really. You don't have too many options, unfortunately. Oh, that was a bad shot.
Never cease to amaze, boss.
Oh, he's about to shoot the railgun. Crap. As soon as I realized what it was, I was like, uh-oh, that's a problem. Shoot. Yeah, that railgun's got crazy range, like splash damage to it.
Boss? Boss!
Stop Sahelanthropus. Destroy that thing. All rally Diamond Dogs and provide backup.
Ooh, that missed. Not good. You can also shoot like the back pods, like missile pods too, on its back, which does, I think, does more damage too. This draws attention over here.
Supplies requested. Supply drop complete. Support helicopter requested.
Yeah, so the white tanks there in the back also do take damage.
Supplies requested. Supply drop complete.
Well, you want to prioritize a couple different crap. I see where I'm going. 'Cause apparently I thought this thing's already blown up, but he's got a couple different weak points, so I don't really want to try to keep him away from supply drops. This game is ridiculous for reloading. So I think if you take out the back launcher pods like that, it limits what he can shoot at you. Said Godzilla. And yeah. That's gonna be a major drop. Yeah, it's 150,000 bucks right there. All because the game decided to, instead of doing the drop, get the helicopter involved. I don't know why it's doing that. It's not supposed to do that, which is pissing me off. He's not supposed to be trying to attack. Whoa, okay, that was great. I got shot by him and had no idea that I was doing it. Yeah, but it takes time, unfortunately. That's a missed shot. His arm blocked it. I'm trapped in a ring of pain. There we go. Got him. Run, sheep, run! Thank you. Run, goats, run! Pulls his fake arm off. Oops. Now kiss. Oh, okay, we're not. Said Eli stowed aboard somehow. Like he snuck aboard. It's like he's all in there with everyone else. Pardon me, why? Because Kojima. He wanted to be dramatic. It's his personal touch and flourish. So why we brought along Huey, I don't know. He's gonna make an appearance here. And Eli, like I said, he didn't sneak on because there's no way to sneak on in a Blackhawk. Hey, he should have killed Huey a long time ago, but I mean, it's like Huey's like the worst character. They should have. I mean, he exists just solely so you can hate him. He does a good job at it.
There were 3. Where's the other?
I'll try out this part.
To you.
Gonna be talking about quiet? No. That can't be right. That was just Surge Cola you threw in there. Ha 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 ha. So, that was going to be important to the ending that got cut.
Kill me.
I'm not going to do it just for fun here. Just so it triggers this cutscene. Went full RoboCop on him.
Do it yourself. Mission complete, boss. Kill me. Kill me.
There goes Huey. Pay attention to that.
I did it. Revenge.
Revenge on nothing. You robbed him of the revenge. They're gonna let him die and slowly bleed out. I said Huey is the worst character ever. Ever. In the Metal Gear franchise. I used to hate Otacon the worst, but I remembered Hal existed. Or Huey, I should say. Oh my god, so Huey is responsible for the events of Ground Zeroes. He's the one who coordinated with Skullface to attack the base. You know, because he didn't agree with how Big Boss was running things there, and he thought that Skullface would do a better job. So he actually worked with Skullface to basically destroy everybody, which put Boss into a coma for 9 years. He's responsible for it. Then he continues to work with Skullface to develop the new Metal Gear, which he keeps claiming innocent. Like, I didn't know. He repeatedly lies to Boss constantly about his true intentions. He's been basically kind of like a double agent the entire time. He doesn't take fault for anything. He admits to nothing at all. He blames others for it. And it just continues to get worse. Like, turns out that he built Sahelanthropus right there to be child-sized, and he tried to use his kid, Otacon, in the Metal Gear Solid 1. He becomes a character you meet there. His son, Huey's son, he makes him pilot it against his mother's wish. So Huey then locks Dr. Strangelove, who is his like lover and Otacon's mother. He suffocates her to death inside one of the pods for the Metal Gear because she didn't want him to be testing it out on her kid. So he's like, okay, and just kills her because of it. It's like the guy is psychotic and everything. It's just like he is like just a scum of the earth. And they keep letting him on the base. They're like, oh yeah, well, you know, he might have some information. We'll let him develop stuff for us. It's like the guy is like, he's done like all these things he's like suspected of doing. He did it and more. It's like he's like the worst person ever. And they keep him around for the longest time. Eventually he's gonna get cast out. But yeah, it's pretty terrible. He is not a good person at all. He's like, I've decided finally, I want to work for you. And this is after like you've had to torture him like 3 times to get information out of him. Like, he's like, I don't know where the Metal Gear is. And he knew exactly where the base was and the plan and everything. He knew about the parasites. He was, like I said, first-hand everything. He's a weasel.
Anyone can give up his fight by laying down arms. But the feeling of holding a gun, that we'll never forget. Like our lost limbs, the sensation lingers.
This is the first time I played this, I thought this was the end, because it looks like the end of the game. You've killed Skullface, the Metal Gear's destroyed, should be game over.
Here she comes! Here she comes!
So it's been destroyed, but it looks like it's still in pretty good shape, so then they just take it back to Mother Base. Because of reasons. Yeah, it's a perfectly good idea. That's not gonna draw attention whatsoever. Wait, why did we bring this thing back with us?
rifles in missing hands. We stand tall on missing legs. We stride forward on the bones of our fallen. Then, and only then, are we alive. This pain is ours, and no one else's. A secret weapon we wield, out of sight. We will be stronger than ever, for our peace.
Technically, yes.
Sahelanthropus will unleash that thirst unto the future.
But I'm still haunted
Those
by
were his last words.
what happened to me in Skullface.
Cause.
He's still there with us.
Pretentious to the end. Still, doesn't feel like this is over.
It should have been, but it's
And I'll
not.
never be whole again.
Like I said, it seems like you've beaten the game, like game over, which pretty much, because there was another act, like a third act, that got mostly cut. But the game's not over. There's still, I mean, this is the weird part where now missions will start over again, like earlier in the game. Probably you'll have them come back again. Just harder. That's all. Just in order to pad out the game, because like I said, this game's only about 60% done before they had to ship it out. Here's a deadly parasite that can wipe everybody off the map. Here, you have it. Kid who's tried to murder people on the base before. Yeah, like I said, the game's technically not over, though. It's a fake ending, really. That's what makes this game just so freaking bizarre. Yeah, one part of it at least. Yeah, because now it moves on to Act 2, I think it calls it. And then there's a third act completely not even finished with the game. But code exists of it inside the game. People have found title card like Act 3 and I think it's called Peace or whatever it is. Like, they have it subtitled there. Data miners were able to find it to confirm that, yeah, a third of the game was cut. They just didn't make it in. They didn't have time to finish it all. And in the special edition of this game, there was a 20-minute video, I think it was 20 minutes, explaining what the end of the game was originally going to be, which doesn't wrap up things. Like, you know, explaining why Big Boss became bad or anything like that. Let's see if I can find it real quick. MGS 5, cut. Let's see, mission 51, I think it was. Yeah, so it's like a 20-minute video. 18 minutes, 43 seconds, which explains... It has, like, unfinished cinematics, too. So some parts are, like, still shots, some parts are art assets, and then the other parts are, like, kind of animated through. And explains how, like, basically Eli's gonna steal the Metal Gear, and the child soldiers, they go off, they have the virus, they're infected with it, it's gonna kill them because they're speaking English. And then you take the Mother Base crew onto this island, which doesn't exist in the games, didn't have time to do it. So just have a couple missions on the island, run through, try to get, find Eli, take down the Metal Gear again, and this big humongous mission, like I said, just completely and totally scrapped. Also, at 1.2, you were supposed to go back to the island from Ground Zeroes, because in the trailers they show people getting interrogated there, and Kojima said several times you're going back to that island, you're going to have missions there as part of this game. Got cut as well, but like I said, they ended up in the trailers instead, so a lot of this game was just not finished. Yeah, some guy has a video on YouTube, how to unlock Metal Gear Solid 5, episode 51. You can't. There is no... It's not in the game. It's not even possible. That's what you call clickbait. I don't want to skip anything just in case it shows the video for it, so I'm just letting it rock out still, so... Being this is a Kojima game, credits can sometimes be 11 minutes long, if not longer. By the way, there was an interesting trailer that dropped the other day, and I have a kind of a theory behind it. It's a game called Left Alive. And it's set in the Front Mission universe, which is a game series that's been out in Japan. I think a couple games have been translated to English. It's mostly mechs and stuff. But what's interesting about it is that it's basically a Metal Gear Solid game. It's using the Fox engine from Metal Gear Solid 5, from what I can tell. Same type of mechanics, stealth, running around cities and stuff, but it's stealth and escort missions. Pardon me. The art director is the same guy who did all the art for all the other Metal Gear series. So, It's by all intents and purposes, but it's made by Square Enix. It's not by Konami. So, from what I'm guessing, kind of like my theory on it at least, is that Square Enix might be trying to audition to have the Metal Gear license. Because if they can pull it off, the gameplay, and kind of show that, yes, we can do Metal Gear style gameplay with almost everybody who was involved with Metal Gear Solid to begin with, we can develop another game for you. So that's my theory, at least, just wild speculation. But the game's called Left Alive. Actually, the trailer is right here. Yeah, it looks like it's using the Fox engine. I have it playing right now. Alright, getting the music finally. Usually we get the music in the credits. That's usually a good indication that they're almost over. Too Shy by Kajakuku. Yeah, how long are the credit sequences? My controller turned off. Take On Me came out in 1985, which is weird for a game that came out, it's supposed to be set in 1994. Friday I'm in Love was 1992, that's another one. Alright, here we go. Or not. I was thinking, yeah, credits are over. Maybe. Alright, here we go. Yay, it's finally done. Nuclear weapons can now be developed or disposed of. So if I raid somebody's forward operating base, I can steal a nuclear missile if they have one. I can target them specifically. Now, I was really angry. The first time I played this on PlayStation 4, it gave me, like, I think it was 4 or 5 S Plus soldiers, and all of them were troublemakers. Here we go. Coming in Chapter 2.
I won't scatter your sorrow to the heartless sea. I won't see you in his ashes. You're all diamonds.
This man acted as accomplice to the attack on Mother Base.
Why are you here? Revenge against the boss.
I'm not like you!
I think it is time you knew.
I'll go alone.
Boss, what are you...
We can't afford to lose anyone else.
What if she's a spy?
What if I'm a spy? Or you?
Kill him! What should we do, boss? Just give the order.
You were right. He is not one of us.
Boss.
Snake?
To be continued right now.
Attention! Diamond Dogs! Even with Skullface dead, our brothers are unavenged. And the phantom pain he brought us lives on. Cypher is still out there. We know they planted spies, parasites among us.
Watch the man to your left. To your right. Assume nothing. Report everything. It's the only way to protect ourselves. From here on out, you will be my eyes. The deadliest enemy's right here in our midst. And they will get no mercy.
So Kaz becomes even more paranoid. Starts thinking everybody's a spy. I mean, Kojima completely destroyed his character. He went from being a mentor and level-headed to just being off the rails paranoid.
Even with Skullface dead, our pain is still right with us. We need more strength. We need more men. Diamond Dogs needs to be
Unit
bigger.
function added.
Missions have come in too. We still have a long road ahead of us.
Boss, welcome home.
Yeah, this is normal. Big Boss is watching you. Just put up these things everywhere.
Thank you for stopping the infection.
Sun will set shortly. Please select a mission.
So if you take a look at the mission list now, we have... Okay, this one's new. This is an old mission, redone. This is where you need to stop the tanks coming through to get through the outpost. But you don't have... It's subsistence, so you can't do any supply drops. You can't have any buddy support. No attack helicopters, and you land with no weapons. You have to get everything on site. And this is back up, back down, which is where you ride around and destroy all the tanks and stuff that come at you. All it is basically harder. But you do get like a drug developer out of it, so you can get special, like longer lasting tranquilizers and a cybernetic specialist, which you will need eventually. So basically the game starts with the occasional like 1 or 2 missions. It just starts repeating itself all over again until it decides that, okay, you've been playing long enough, the game's over.
Roger. This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ. This is B-Quad. On station at LZ.
Alright, so I think I'll do one more mission, then call the stream for tonight.
Mission list updated.
You can now give the order to develop or dispose of nuclear weapons from your iDroid. With a nuclear deterrent, even if you're discovered while infiltrating a rival PF's FOB, most PFs won't dare retaliate. But you, of all people, know how dangerous it can be to have nuclear weapons. So will you add nukes to our arsenal as a deterrent? Or will you take them away from other PFs and dispose of them to help build a world that's free of nuclear weapons? I'll leave that decision up to you.
Why activate Sahelanthropus in Afghanistan? This is how Skullface wanted things to play out. The Soviet Union secretly develops a new type of nuclear weapon and successfully deploys it in Afghanistan. Revealing the existence of Sahelanthropus results in a return to the glory days of the Cold War. The threat it poses reignites the nuclear arms race between the world's major powers. The demand for nuclear weapons increases around the globe. What if you then introduced a nuclear weapon anyone could get their hands on? Non-nuclear nations,
alright, perfect.
groups of all shapes and
So it extracts out children now, so I can zip them off the battlefield.
Was a marketing tool to sell nukes all around the world. But I think it's safe to say that plan was stamped out before it got up and running. The world's intelligence agencies never did turn up anything conclusive on it. After all, Sahelanthropus vanished before word could spread. Everything that's happened is already a fading memory, never to join the pages of history. Except for Cypher. Cypher won't forget. They'll already be working on something, quietly, beneath the surface. They'll use the pieces of data scraped together from this incident to build their own bipedal weapon. It'll take them a long time to complete it, but for now, the Greed sector have found their new life's work. We'll have to be ready too.
Please select a mission. Unit dispatched.
Easy money missions.
Unit
Done in
dispatched.
5 minutes.
Unit dispatched.
So I think I got another one for music too. Let's take a look. Yeah, no. Now you get like challenge tasks awarded for listening to tapes, but you don't have to listen to them. As long as you play them and stop them, that's it. It counts. So
I just received word from the R&D team. You said code.
Just like that.
Skullface
Oops.
said there were only 3 samples of the English language strain parasite, and I think we can believe him.
There, let's just stop that. Alright, so...
Please specify a project.
See what other weapons we can do real quick.
Please specify a project.
Actually, I might be able to do another base facility. Let's take a look. Intel platform, yeah.
Commencing platform construction.
3 hours and 30 minutes, or It doesn't let me use the mother base coins to get it done with. Alright, so let's go check out that other mission that popped up.
Select a mission.
The agent that the CIA had working for them inside OKB-0 has gone missing. We've been given the job of finding and extracting him. The target learned of XOF's plans to use vocal cord parasites and had hidden himself with the CIA's Mujahideen allies. But following Skullface's death, the Soviets retook OKB-0 and all contact with the target was lost. He may have tried to go back to OKB-0, but even Langley isn't sure what's going on. After all, they've never even learned of Skullface's plan. That's probably what they want to get out of the man once he's extracted. But we can't allow Langley to learn of the existence of the vocal cord parasites. That's why I want you to bring the target out, boss. Once we have him, we can report him dead and keep him on base. All contact with Langley is being conducted through a cutout. Our reputation should remain intact. As for the reward, it's already in the hands of the cutout. All you have to do is get the job done. Just like always.
Mission accepted. Heading to Afghanistan.
Alright, so I'll have this as my last mission for tonight. And we'll wrap up the stream. I don't think anyone's watching anymore anyway, which is alright. It's all good. Right, support weapons. Clear supply, don't need you. Oh hey, T. Wallace is here. Cool. Well, that's the thing, is that I blew off his arm. I went full RoboCop on him. I blew off his arm and his leg. But then Huey came along and shot him and said, "Revenge! I got revenge!" He's an idiot. So, yeah. So I tried to let him live. I was gonna slowly let him bleed out or let him kill himself, and Huey screwed it up. Also, what's up, T. Wallace? Good to see you. And she has different things. You can put her in blood, which is kind of creepy and weird. Or we can go silver. No, see, that was, that's his son. Otacon is Huey's son, who will go on to bang his stepmother and then his sister. So, yeah, their family's all sorts of messed up. And it's not kind of hard to see why that is, really. Especially when you got a dad like Huey.
Deploying.
Yep, so Otacon came out a little bit better than Huey. Huey was murderous. I mean, he killed Otacon's mother. Dr. Strangelove was her name. He actually, because Huey developed this Metal Gear to be tested on his son, on Otacon, when he was a child. He developed it specifically for a child to use it. And Dr. Strangelove, the mother, is like, "Hey, don't you dare put our son in this thing. You're an idiot. Stop." So he's like, okay. Shoves her into the mammal pod, which is one of the AI cores for one of the previous Metal games, for Peace Walker, and records her suffocating to death, slowly dying. He records a tape of it. So he kills her just because she didn't want her son to be used in testing for, driving this big giant murderous nuclear mecha robot around. And then he started working with Skullface the entire time, and he kept lying repeatedly. It's just like, he is the worst person ever. So eventually, Snake, or Boss here, banishes him, but then he becomes a drunk and goes off and gets married, and married to some floozy who then his son bangs, and then his son sleeps with his sister, and yeah. Their family tree is not that great. Their family tree needs pruning. Well, Paz was originally working for Zero, and she got caught. And of course went kaboom at the end of Ground Zeroes. But then she's magically back for a couple missions, which we'll see pretty soon. I think after I complete this mission, it starts up the Paz side quest where she's suddenly in sickbay and everyone's wondering, like, why is she here? She's dead. You watched her explode. You know, so then you gotta figure that mystery out.
You have arrived at your destination.
Which is, it's stupid, but I mean, just like most of the rest of the game, so not too surprising. Let's see, where should I go? Let's head over to here. I'm sure there's got to be somebody to pick up over here. Yeah, let's set a marker. They basically spoil it. Paz is... Yeah, I saved Kojima. He's in my personnel list already. He's been picked up and saved, but to spoil the story already, because I mean, you're watching this anyway, Paz is basically, you're having a mental breakdown because you're not Big Boss. You are actually the medic who was in the helicopter when it crashed originally. You're the one who got the first bomb out of Paz, but you didn't know about the second one. So you subconsciously have all this guilt that you didn't find the second bomb, and your brain's trying to rectify it, trying to make up for the guilt of everybody getting crashed out and dying and going into comas and stuff. So it's just all a hallucination that your brain's trying to resolve its own trauma. And then all of a sudden Paz disappears and that subquest is over. But yes, I do have zebras. I have lots of zebras. My zoo has a couple of them. I know where they spawn now, so that's one of the first ones I got as soon as I got to Africa. Take a nap. Come with me. Join my petting zoo. Or become dinner. I'm not sure which. Either way, we'll know. Something will happen. Ooh, Kashmir goat.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
And it fell in a place where I can't get it. Good job, game.
The map has been updated. Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
Oh, I'm never playing that one. You're gonna be waiting for a while too, Ellis. Unless you buy the game for me, I am not gonna be playing it.
Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
Now, the next Metal Gear Solid game I'll probably play before I move on to the Yakuza games. At least Yakuza 0 and the first one. That's what I have next planned up for my next playthroughs, is going to be probably Twin Snakes, the GameCube remake of Metal Gear Solid 1, just to run through that real fast. Just because it's,
Analysis complete.
from what I've heard, pretty bad. Well, actually, it's not pretty bad. I mean, I've played it. It's just broken. When you take Metal Gear Solid 2 mechanics and put it in a different game, it breaks how it works. It's like if you were to take the mechanics for this game and put it into Metal Gear Solid 1 or even 2, it would break how it works. Yeah, like I said, if you want to buy it for me, feel free. I'll give you the PayPal information. But other than that, nah, it's not going to get played. I'm betting there's got to be somebody in here. Like one of the specialists.
Talk. Where are your friends?
See? There we go.
The map has been updated. Marker placed.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
So this guy's got a riot suit, I can't shoot him. I hate riot suits. Oh. Well, you know I have Metal Gear Rising. I already played it once on stream, actually, just like a couple of quick missions. Hate to do this, but...
Please select a strike point. Strike requested.
I'll make things a little easier, but unfortunately that means that gas masks are going to come in supply now. Because you have supply chain, so if like they figure out that I have sniper rifles and I keep sniping people, and they get alerted to the fact, then sniper rifles start showing up in the supply chain instead. But if you start using a lot of sleeping gas attacks, then gas masks will show up. Yeah, pretty much. Actually, I was watching a guy who streams the Metal Gear Solid games, George somebody, I forgot his name. His first name is George, but he's got a YouTube channel. He plays like pretty much nothing but like the Metal Gear Solid games. And apparently he was playing the unpatched version of Metal Gear Rising because he had a block button. It was like, because they patched the block out. When the game came out, Metal Gear Rising, the first game, like the first one, there was no blocking. Whoa, what happened there? That was a glitch. Yeah, so when the game came out, there was no blocking whatsoever, no parries. Then the second patch, the first patch came out, I should say, and they put blocking in, so you could hold down block, and it was great. It worked out pretty well. The game was kind of fun then. And then they patched it a third and final time and made it so you had to parry everything, so you couldn't hold block, which really kind of screwed things up. Alright, pass his way out through the window. Okay, that didn't work. Sorry, dude. Usually they go flying out the window. That didn't work right. That one's on me. Alright, so you go for a balloon ride. Enjoy. Now, there's another game that came out that Platinum did. It's a Transformers game. Transformers Devastation, maybe it's called? I can't remember. I own it. But it's another one where I just didn't really... It didn't click with me. I mean, it's just like too many short missions. It's like, and you're constantly in these small little areas that attack one or two people. You're way overpowered a lot of times, so it just didn't feel like a challenge to me at all. So it didn't click with me gameplay wise. And then you had The Legend of Korra, which was just, ugh. That game makes me sad, because there was so much potential to that game, and they just boffed it.
Sun will rise momentarily.
There was like so much potential to the Legend of Korra Platinum game. I mean, you have like all these abilities like fire and water and all sorts of crazy things, and they just did nothing with it.
Marker placed. Please select a strike point.
Alright, so... Quiet, I need you to move. Let's have you go over here.
Please select a strike point. Strike requested. Strike will commence shortly. Marker removed. Please select a strike point. Strike requested. Marker removed.
And this one should take out the rest of their communications.
Strike will commence shortly. Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Got a long way to run.
Development contact.
Ooh, electromagnetic mine.
Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Guard post captured.
And the other thing why I'm just going around tagging everybody is, who is out here? Like, sweep the area! There's nobody out here. I took down the guard post. But, I basically need to build up more people, so... Mother base is expanding. I have 2 forward operating bases on top of it, so I got a lot of shoes to fill. Go to Mexican restaurant, serve sliced cucumbers in their salsa bar. Yeah, I'm not sure why either. It's kind of like Chinese food places where they have hamburgers or cheeseburgers. I guess maybe for like kids and stuff, but I mean, if you go to a Chinese food restaurant, shouldn't you be ordering Chinese food? I mean, even there's stuff for kids that people would like. I mean, you have things like sweet and sour chicken. That's pretty much safe for everybody. You got shrimp dishes. General Tso's chicken is pretty popular all around. Like, I'm pretty sure even kids would eat that. My last girlfriend I had many years ago, unfortunately, because I don't get out and date. Even her kid was, like, really fussy, her daughter, and she came over and ate my General Tso's chicken. So, I mean... Kids will eat a lot of things, but sliced cucumbers, that's really weird. Same thing, like, I've heard of Mexican places as well, having, like, sushi. It's like, you guys are kind of confused on your message here.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Come for the burrito, stay for the sushi. Let's see, supply drop.
Please select a drop point. Supplies requested.
Yeah, a lot of Walmarts will have that. It's part of their general stuff for food because its home office dictates it.
Caution.
But it's not the best. I mean, you can make it at home pretty tasty. And then you learn that it's like it's not that good for you. I mean, like most food isn't. Anything that tastes good really usually isn't good for you. So it's not too bad. I've had worse. I've had really bad before.
The target's probably already outside the original predicted FOM. You'll have to look for him yourself. Try interrogating some of the
walker
soldiers.
deers.
They may know something.
There he is.
That's the target.
Yeah, the worst I've ever had was of General Tso's chicken was definitely in a small place called Ionia, which is up in Michigan, southern Michigan. And their version of Chinese food, General Tso's chicken, was breaded chicken nuggets like the type you'd buy at Walmart, but with brown gravy. Not like Asian sauce or anything like that, brown gravy. It was like legendarily bad. Yeah, they are stopped by the sandstorm. I might be able to extract them all, actually.
Intelligence approaching.
No, they are not stopping.
Analysis complete.
Where are your friends?
The map has been updated.
You gotta extract him.
So we can take out the driver.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
That's got some flight time to it.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Don't you wake that guy up. There's actually speaking of General Tso's, there's actually a really good documentary called Searching for General Tso. And it's basically tracing back, it does two things. One, it's trying to trace back the origin of the dish and where it was created. And the other part is basically the history of like Chinese food and how it pretty much got like spread around the world. Why are you not falling off your vehicle? Okay, that's it.
Analysis complete.
Okay. Screw y'all. Eat grenades. I don't know what it was. The game had to be glitching out because that guy, you know, I was like hitting him like repeatedly in the butt, not his armor. He refused to go down.
Please select and supplies requested.
Boss, got an emergency report from the intel team. Someone has taken over the observation post north of Lamont Cocktail Palace. And a vehicle has just left the post headed for the palace.
What the hell was that? Something locked onto me from a missile? What?
Boss?
Okay, some weird crap's going on in the game that it shouldn't be doing.
Boss, you need to extract the target alive. He might be able to tell us about what went on at OKB-0.
Analysis complete. Please select a strike point. Strike requested. Strike will commence shortly. Please select a strike point.
Hate to do it because there's an anti-aircraft gun, but oh.
Strike will commence shortly.
Okay, the game is seriously screwing up now. It's pissing me off. Because I'm trying to aim and it's like putting me up instead. Singed is nobody in this game. He's not in this one. But he's been retconned to be Donald Anderson in Metal Gear Solid 1 because of this game. Hang on tight, we're gonna drive to freedom. We're gonna drive to freedom, I said, game.
Support helicopter requested.
I don't think he's gonna stay inside of it. We're gonna try to see if I can extract him out regardless. Will he stay in the Jeep? He did! Haha! See ya.
Target extracted. Exfiltrate the hostile boss.
No, it doesn't. You just basically can develop them all, but it's up to you to figure it out. Okay, I got a helicopter apparently. Shooting through my own blades and I'm okay. That should have definitely crashed my helicopter, but whatever. I'll take it. Not gonna complain too much.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base. Development project has been added.
Mission complete, boss.
Yeah. I lost money on that mission. Awesome.
Boss, the target filled us in on what's been going on. He betrayed the Soviets, passing information to Langley, but got scared after learning XOF used the vocal cord parasites. Then came feelings of guilt that his leaks sent comrades to their deaths, and fear that America might deploy such a weapon itself. But in reality, XOF and Langley don't have a collaborative relationship, and Skullface was not working for America. Still, I can't blame the man for being afraid. After laying low with the Mujahideen, he tried to cut his ties with the US and return to the Soviet military. But along the way, someone came after him, and he was forced back into hiding. Could have been remnants of XOF looking to silence him. And you know the rest. He doesn't seem to know much about the parasites, but nevertheless, it'd be too dangerous to hand him over to Langley or the Soviets. We'll keep him here as originally planned.
Good. You captured it alive.
A lot of people. Alright, fine, whatever, skip it. I get it, it's a lot of people.
Boss, come on back to base.
Okay. Forced cutscene? Sure, you got it. I have no idea who that is. Go, Gadget Google. Ah, she's pretty.
groove into the groove.
What in the world? Okay, something started playing. What do you want, Liquid Snake? So why'd I have to come back? That's it. That's the only reason. I have to come back to base in order to see that part where he just stops, looks at me. Oh, there we go.
A pile of steel pipes gave way and crushed one of the kids.
Yes.
A boy named Ralph. They tell me
It totally couldn't have been Liquid.
I'm sorry, boss. It's my fault. I should have been keeping
There's no way he could have just arranged to have that kid murdered, since he's tried to murder 4 other people on the base since he's been here. Absolutely, that's out of the question. I mean, who would do such a thing? I mean, why would... I mean, he's such a good kid.
This is Pequod. Arriving shortly at LZ. This is Pequod. On station at LZ.
Alright, so I'm gonna get back up in the air and then we're gonna end the stream. Streaming for some time, almost 3 hours tonight. But now we're starting to get into the end game, I guess.
Gaining altitude.
Come back and take down all your guards and check on your zebras, yes. Well, the zebras actually tend to spawn pretty close to the airport, Nova Braga, in Africa. So I found out where they tend to spawn, so as soon as I got to Africa and was in that area, and sure enough, there were a couple zebras. Tagged them all. Yeah, so right now my missions are locked out. I can't progress any further in the story until I beat one of these missions. Either a harder version of this one, Back Up, Back Down, or a total subsistence where I need to, there's no weapons to launch with, I have to find all weapons, there's no supply drops, buddies, nothing. Vehicles, nothing. You get dropped in by helicopter and that's it, and you gotta take out 2 tanks and a convoy. Which I found a kind of interesting way to do it. Is I'd sneak up on a guard, knock him out, take his body with me, and throw it in the track of the, throw it in the path of the tanks that'd be coming by. So they stop to get out and get the guy awake, and then you can steal everything. But there's a way around it. But for now, we have reached the end of the stream for today. So thank you for stopping by, especially T. Wallace and Shiro, I should say. Shiro no Usagi. White Rabbit translates the name that way from Japanese to English, but thanks for hanging out. It's always good to see you, especially T. Wallace, because I haven't seen you around for a while, so it's good to hear from you again. So I will be back again streaming tomorrow, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Once again, if you don't know when that is, type it into Google. Google is your friend. It will tell you what time it is for wherever it is you are in the world. You can also follow me, or at least bookmark me on Twitter at Orsel555, because I always post up about usually 1 to 2 hours ahead of time when I'm going to be streaming, like if what it's going to be, or if I need to cancel or change the stream time, it's always posted there as well, so you can stay on top of things. So tomorrow, probably take a break from Metal Gear Solid. I usually take usually play this game 2 days in a row, then take a break, play something different. I haven't decided what I'm going to play just yet. I might try to do all of Double Switch. I might try to beat that on stream, and then we'll figure out something else from there. Maybe some more PlayStation, even PlayStation 2 games. I might try a couple of those, so it'll be kind of interesting to see and try out. But thanks for dropping by and hanging out, and I'm going to play out the closing movies, and I will see you guys possibly tomorrow.
9 years ago, their private army was decimated by a secret organization. These men promptly escaped to a new base off the coast of Africa. Today, still hunted by XOF, they survive as soldiers of fortune. If you have a problem, if no one else can help, and if you can find them, maybe you can hire the D-Dogs.